What is up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. So this is going to be a new update video for you guys, and since it is the end of this month, September, I decided to share whatever stuff that I have bought since this whole month for you guys. I have a few piles of some CDs, records and movies since that I had decided to review some movies, and there will be more to come. And by the way, if you haven't seen my Stone Roses self-titled episode number 16 album review from Classic Albums Revisited, or the Halloween 4 movie review, please check those out. Give those videos a like and comment on it. It would really mean a lot. Anyway, without any further ado, let's dive in. These are in no particular order this time, so yeah. Since I am a fan of Liam Gallagher and Oasis, I decided to buy As It Was. This is a movie that was based on documenting his life after the period of Oasis. I didn't get a chance to see this movie at the cinemas when it came out because I had stuff going on, but now that I have it on Blu-ray, I am pretty much excited to watch this. And the next one is Apocalypse Now. This is the 4-disc Blu-ray release. Since Francis Ford Coppola decided to celebrate the movie's 40th anniversary, this contains the final cut, the original version to the Redux version, the special features, and of course the Heart of Darkness documentary of the making of the movie, Heart of Darkness, a filmmaker's Apocalypse. I've seen from many people's lists and reviews that this was one of the greatest movies of all time, and I'm going to be reviewing this really soon. So yeah, Apocalypse. And the next one is a box set of the Batman anthology. This contains the first 4 movies of Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. I have seen the first 2 movies so far. I know that a lot of people really were so critical of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, obviously, because that movie is known as one of the worst movies of all time. But from what I had seen, I really liked the first 2 movies, so I'm so interested to really get into movie franchises that a lot of people love from then to today. I know it was really ridiculously too late from me, so there you go. Halloween, the 2018 movie, and I have other of the Halloween franchise movies, but I'm not going to be reviewing them in this video because you'll have to wait. But I'm looking forward to see the next 2 movies that are going to come out in the new decade after this movie. Got the Rob Zombie Halloween remake, the director's cut edition on DVD. Yeah. Halloween Resurrection. I know. Halloween H2O 20 years later. The 7th movie in the franchise. And this one, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Now, obviously, this is not the theatrical cut version, but this is a very rare but popular bootleg of the 6th movie. The audio quality and the picture quality are really low and quite bad, but this contains the producer's cut, the rough cut, the director's cut, and the other cut of the TV cut, and another disc that contains the bonus features. Yes, I know that this was one of the lowest reviewed and rated movies in the franchise, but I think it's very cool still to have quite a popular bootleg of one of the later Halloween movies. So that is that for the Blu-rays and the bootleg DVD. So let's get on to the CDs next. Recently decided to come back to Bob Dylan, so I have got Planet Waves with the band, and I had listened to this a few hours ago. I was really surprised. This is a really good album. Bob Dylan with the band, always a perfect combination. Self-Portrait, Slow Train Coming, and New Morning. The other pile are Iron Maiden albums. So I'm going to be showing you these albums in this random pile now that I have completed the Iron Maiden discography. Since they are one of my favourite bands of all time, I decided to buy all of their albums for me to, listen to all of them and possibly do the reviews on all of their albums, well, besides the Book of Souls, because I had already reviewed it back in 2015 when it came out. Anyway, Blaze Bayley albums, The X Factor, Virtual 11, and these two are in part of the 2015 remasters. And I didn't buy the other albums from this remastered series because the other ones, or most of them, are from the 1998 EMI releases. The Final Frontier, the Paul Di'Anno period, first two albums, self-titled and Killers. Peace of Mind. The next one is No Prayer for the Dying. Brave New World. And its follow-up, Dance of Death. So the other albums that are not shown in this video I have got in the collection. And the last pile of CDs are from Judas Priest, but the other one that I'm going to show you right now is Liam Gallagher's newest album, Why Me, Why Not? For Judas Priest, Point of Entry, one of my new favourite Priest albums, Defenders of the Faith, Stained Class, and this one, Screaming for Vengeance. So that is that for the CDs. Now for the records. Liam Gallagher, Why Me, Why Not again. And I had pre-ordered this on June 28th, and this album came out the day before Liam's birthday. And it came out, arrived, 3 or 4 days late. And it was really annoying. Very Cool Gatefold, Why Me, Why Not, is an album that I would probably prefer over As You Were, his first album. And I think this album is really good. There are some songs that I still need to let them grow on me, but from what I've heard, especially some of the singles, this is like Liam at a better direction, in my opinion. The other albums from HMV that I have bought, the last pile are from a record convention that I was at yesterday. The Stone Roses, Second Coming, Iron Maiden, The X Factor. When I had bought the CD of the album, I played it non-stop, so much, on repeat. And Blaze Bayley, such an underrated metal vocalist, if you ask me. Gojira from Master Sirius. Really neat packaging. Got the lyrics and the picture of the band. Love Gojira. Slipknot, We Are Not Your Kind. This was on the coloured red vinyl. Looks beautiful. Haven't played the album in this format yet, but I wanted to take a break because of listening to this so much ever since that I had got the CD of it. System of a Down, Toxicity. Still love this album. Really one of my all-time favourite albums. It brings back memories because this was one of my favourite and still is one of my favourite metal albums of all time. And Tutu by Miles Davis. This is the deluxe edition double LP 180 gram vinyl, which contains the original album and the second record, live at the Nice Festival in France 1986, previously unreleased, which I haven't listened to yet, but I do love the simple cover of Miles's face on this album. Now for the records that I had bought from the record convention. But unfortunately, guys, these first four, I have a bit of a rant to say. When it comes to record sellers and even record collectors that decide to sell records, sometimes they do not give these conditions of records a lot of treatment and respect. And they decided to sell them in the poor condition that they were when I had bought these four, because I thought that they were in really good shape. The covers looked really neat, and I thought the records looked okay, but when I played them, these four, really crackly, very, very poorly bad audio quality. And I've seen my stylus skipping a lot of some of the parts on the songs. I was so angry. These four really did hurt. Neil Young Comes a Time, Kraftwerk, Electric Cafe, an original UK pressing, the Mahavishnu Orchestra, Visions of the Emerald Beyond. And the last one, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Cosmos Factory. Very, very, very bad. Do not sell records that are in poor condition to people and charge money to them. I'm not going to go on any further, but this is one of the things that really pisses me off as a record collector. If you have a record that is in shit shape and condition, don't sell them. Anyway, moving on, the Incredible String Band with, oh my god, the title of The 5,000 Spirits or The Layers of the Onion. Played this for the first time, and I had found out that this was Paul McCartney's favourite album of 1967. Love the cover art, but the music is beautiful. Love the sound of this music. It's psychedelic folk, and I cannot really explain this. This is just a wonderful album that I would love to buy more records from this group. This is possibly my favourite purchase. Not possibly, this is my favourite purchase from the pile. This is Bob Dylan, live at Budokan. This is an original Japanese pressing from 1978. It contains the gatefold sleeve and also a poster. And I played it all the way through for the first time. The sound quality is awesome, really sweet. Love the sound from a Japanese pressing right now. Since I am very curious to say this, do you guys love to listen to Japanese pressings of records over the usual releases from the UK or the US, wherever you're originally from? Because I have heard some good things about Japanese pressings for a long time now, but I've never owned one from Japan until this. And this was just brilliant sound quality. Hugely underrated live album as well. And I'm very pleased to have this for my Bob Dylan collection. Very good live album too. Tangerine Dream, Cyclone. The next record, one of my very first favourite bands when I was really young, back when they used to be great in my opinion, Green Day, Insomniac. Very underrated, but this is my favourite Green Day album. Love Dookie, but this one really hits home. And I still adore the cover art. I couldn't believe that I had spotted this, Neil Young, Freedom, and I still love this album. But, surprise, surprise, unexpectedly, this contains a newspaper sleeve of an article of Neil Young's performance live at the Hammersmith Odeon. And I completely was so surprised. And the album itself is, to me, still one of Neil Young's greatest. One of the greatest comeback albums of all time. Since a lot of the fans say that it's a comeback, Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming. An original pressing of the Jam's sound effects. Classic record. Really, really good pressing as well on the Polydor label. Wishbone Ash Pilgrimage. Haven't got their first album yet. I had spotted their first album, but I decided to pick this one up. Now, a record from a synth pop group that I'm very curious to check out. The Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, Architecture and Morality. Have not played this yet, but I have heard that this is known as a classic for many people. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell on the Vertigo label. I was so happy to have this in the collection, since it is one of my favourite metal albums and, you know, my second favourite Black Sabbath album. Neil Young again, Journey Through the Past, double album. And this pressing has I think the labelling error, because the first record has side 1 to side 3, whereas with the second record is side 2 to side 4, excuse me. This is a release from the US, but I'm still pleased to have it in the collection. Black Sabbath, again, Live at Last. Love the sound of the band with this amount of energy. Ashra Correlations. And that is the last one in this pile. I do have Ashra's New Age of Earth on CD, which is a classic. But I played this for the first time. I really, really liked it a lot. Some of the krautrock fans say that this is a great album, or just really underrated in general. Played this, and this was on the Virgin label. Brilliant album. And that is it, guys, for my update for today. Sorry for that little rant earlier that I had to address, but it had to be out of my system. It's just one of those troubles that you have to experience when you are a record collector, like many people. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.